Criminals are getting a head start on Chicago's NASCAR Street Race.
3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody? Todd Brown, That Racing Show. Yes, what you just heard is in fact correct. There's already been crimes committed at the site of the street race in Chicago. Now, to give you a little background of what's going on and where this took place, check this out.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. Construction of the temporary grandstands is underway in Grant Park. A month from now, race cars will be zooming down Columbus Drive in front of Buckingham Fountain as the first ever NASCAR street race takes over the streets downtown.
Now, before we get to the people who took advantage of the situation, there's also a large disadvantage to a lot of people in the community of downtown Chicago. Look at this right here alone.
But for the 129,000 drivers that use Lakeshore Drive daily, listen up. The latest update from the city and NASCAR is, if all goes as planned, the southbound lanes of DuSable Lakeshore Drive will be shut down for 1 week.
Now, ironically, a commenter on the YouTube channel for this local news channel had this to say, wondering how many race cars would be stolen. Now, it didn't even take getting to the race to have vehicles stolen in Chicago. This happened on the site of the racing complex where it's being built. And here's the news footage to give you all the story that goes along with it.
Don, definitely a lot of questions tonight as to how all of this unfolded. We know these two vehicles that were stolen, they are used to shuttle employees along Columbus Drive as the construction gets underway for the Chicago NASCAR street race. But this theft definitely begs the question, did this thief or thieves hop over this fence or make it through this fence to steal those two cars? As NASCAR construction is in full gear, there's already trouble along the track 24 days before the green flag is waved. You see it crime scene tape up along Columbus and Balboa right near the starting line after someone managed to steal two of these motorized Polaris Commercial XDs starting at $25,000 apiece. It was discovered that someone took the equipment at 7 Wednesday morning. This is where equipment is being kept to build out the viewing area over the street to watch the Chicago NASCAR street race.
Couldn't even wait till the race got there. Now, this is crazy. I hope the whole weekend turns out to be great, but there is so much question of what's going to happen during the race week, if there's going to be more crime, if everything's going to flow smoothly or not. But Dale Jr. was up there, and he did a ride along with the news crew, and just by his commentary right here, this is going to be an interesting race. So let's take a listen to his comments.
Even that little strip of paint will have different grip than the surface of asphalt. So at a high rate of speed, going 100 miles an hour through a turn like this, going across all of those imperfections and changes can be a challenge. In that first practice, there will be so many drivers making mistakes, having problems, hitting things.
It's going to be messy.
Yeah, and messy is good.
The just over 2-mile loop is full of sharp left and right turns, taking drivers on Michigan, Columbus, and Lakeshore Drive to make a few. But it's the left turn off Columbus and down Balboa Drive that will likely leave them airborne.
The car's going to be lifting, and it's going to land right here. And as soon as it lands, they've got to stop the car for this turn, right?
This is a sharp turn, right. 90 degrees.
Yeah. But they can't touch the brake pedal until the car lands or to lock the tires up. So when the car really lands and compresses into the ground, they're going to pound the brake pedal extremely hard.
So with that right there alone, I'm very curious to see how that hill's going to be, how the braking zone is going to be, and how interesting this entire race is going to be. Now, interestingly enough, I've read enough here lately that there's going to be a teen after party for the race. And this is very interesting in itself because, as you can see right here, downtown Chicago has been in chaos already by teams storming the streets and having parties and boxing matches and twerking contests. So if this is true and in fact going to happen after the race, that's going to be very interesting to see all of that play out. I advise any of the truckers and team members to pack up and get out if that's going to be the case. But I don't know. I can't find anything precisely about this, but reading a lot of comments from people that are in the Chicago area that says this is going to happen. So going to be an interesting week altogether. Now, I want your comments down below. How do you feel about this whole race? Do Do you think this is going to be the only crime that's happened through the weekend, or do you think it's going to be complete chaos? What are your thoughts on this? Please put them down below and let's talk about it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do, because I always say I love to talk racing with you, but very curious to see how everybody feels about this. Anyways, hope everybody's having a great day out there today, and as always, we'll see you at the checkered flag.